YouTube, Mixer, and D-Live. Yeah, we are. So, yeah. Knowledge Ignorance, live stream. As always, I'm your hostess with the mostest, Rebus. What a humdinger of a day it's going to be. You might just want to jump and clap for joy at some point today. You might want to do that. It's so fantastic. Anyway, I don't really want to waste time with, all the introductions and pleasantries. Let's just get straight on with it. I'm tired of nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense going on right now, as you're about to witness. You're about to witness the fitness, my friends. Okay. What happened here? Why is this going away? So, if you didn't already know... Hold on. Let me just get this thing. I've got, like... thing on display here. There you go. There's some imagery to set the scene of what's going on. Film awards season has become Drayson, why are you interrupting me, man? I'm doing my live streaming thing. What is this? Film awards season. Yeah. Alright, well you just stay there and witness and enjoy, baby. This is how we do it. So, like, what's it? Film awards season. Film awards season has steadily become one of the most tedious and boring seasons of all time. It really has it's just become an absolute pile of shit, and I'm fed up with it. It's I am done with award season right now. Already, I don't really care for it anyway. I'm not making out. I'm going, oh, you've ruined my award season, man. I'm so like, oh my god. Oh my god, I can't stand it though. Oh my god. That ain't nothing like that. The whole point of this is that award season has become this divisive, toxic mix of people competing for the oppression Olympics, by the looks of it. I'm not really sure. I saw someone put up on Facebook today, and it was like Oscar nominations. I was like, oh, I'll take a mild interest in that. And then when I searched in Google, all the top searches were just people complaining. It was just whinging. It was just a whole load of whining going on. It was whinging and whining about there's just like I said, it is a depression Olympics, so it's women that seem to be complaining the most, or it's complaints about there being a lack of women, mainly best directors and stuff. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's like, oh, the best director women. Where'd all the women at? And you have seen, obviously there's the whole minorities not being represented. That's been going down, but it's definitely the women that are winning the battle of who can be the loudest and who can be the most upset about everything. They're winning this. They're top champions, they are. And it's just so tedious. It's all the same crap. I was going to look at some articles and go into it, but you know what? I'd looked at about 4 and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm just totally done with this. So I thought, I'm just going to say my piece. And then move on like everyone else should move on. Because look, if the point was right that it's like this shows a lack of representation because people aren't getting the opportunities that they should be getting, and therefore that's why they're underrepresented, and then you might have a point there, and that might be something to look into. But as I've mentioned before, I don't think directing is something that attracts as many women as other things do. Do you know what I'm saying? Producing probably attracts more women than directing does. But I've said my piece on that, so I'm going to regurgitate what I've already said. But I will say this, and I'll say this from the bottom of my heart. Actually, no, from the gutturals of my soul. No, I don't know. Where am I saying it from? The recesses of my brain. I don't know. I've read it in a bin, probably. What I will say is this. It's if you're trying to highlight a problem and say that this is evidence that there's discrimination going on in liberal woke Hollywood, or you're just going to have to face the facts that you didn't get voted for because you weren't the best. That might just be the answer. And maybe all the best ones got voted for anyway. That doesn't mean that the best films win Best Picture or the best directors win Best Director. I mean, it is kind of a touchy-feely fest of who can campaign the best. So there is that. So why do you give a shit anyway? But I think what you're seeing is not people going, oh, well, this shows that there's a glass ceiling or there's a brick wall between us and getting to where we want to be. I think they actually just want to get awards handed out to them just because they are a person that fits into a box. I think they actually just want to be pandered to. I think they just want you competed in the race award. I think that's actually what they want. Regardless of achievement or talent or hard work, I think they just want to get an award. I think they just think they have to have one. That's what I'm seeing right now, because it's like, I don't know. It's like, well, what about the Little Women film? It's like, what? There's been 100 Little Women films. Why is this one any good? Is it any good? No one's watched it. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't think anyone wants to watch it. I don't think it's probably not very good. Everyone's whining about it, it's like, look, for one, the problems that women encounter across the world are many, but it's not in Hollywood. That's not really where we should be. That's not the place we should be highlighting the plight of women, and the oppression of women. It's not in Hollywood, is it? That's not where it is. That's not where it's at. It's other places, other places, where adulterers get stoned to death and statutory rape is completely fine, and child brides and all this kind of shit, genital mutilation, all that kind of business. I think it's those places that are where we should be highlighting the issues, not in Hollywood, I think. But it does seem to me that the rhetoric is going, well, we do stuff, where's our award? It's like, well, you got to bloody earn one, haven't you? What's your problem? Because look, who's been voted for? I think they're all pretty legit. I mean, and I tell you what this is as well. There's stoned to death reminds me of Africa, so I'm just reading the chat. Quite. Yes. So look, Joker's got a lot of nominations, and I think that's the reason why there's been so much pushback right now, because we've had all this already. And now it's just come back like fucking 10 times stronger. It's just relentless. It won't go away. It's just like everything. I've never seen so much negativity towards something that's supposed to be positive. It's pretty crazy. But I think it's because of the Joker thing. I think because of the stuff Todd Phillips said, just about wokeness and stuff. I think that is why there's such pushback. It's kind of to do with Joker, and perhaps the other nominations factor into that as well, because they're very male-dominated films. They're man stories and shit. You get me? I think that's got a lot to do with it, because everyone's sort of laying into it, saying this doesn't deserve all the nominations. Like, is it the best film that came out this year? I don't know. I really like Parasite, and The Irishman was fucking fantastic. The Irishman is so good that it went beyond expectations, and it's a Martin Scorsese film, and it went beyond expectations. Now you tell me that's not worthy of winning a few bloody golden awards and shit. You know what I'm saying? It did. I was kind of expecting like other people to be like, more flashy and fast paced, like Goodfellas. Casino, Wolf of Wall Street, but it wasn't. It was very meditative. It was like Tarkovsky or something. It was just like, it was fucking beautiful. Made me cry thug tears. I don't cry tears, I cry thug tears. Like, ooh, hard men do. And if there's anything deserving of an award, it's that. And then 1917, I haven't seen it, but it's Sam Mendes, so it's going to be good. It's going to be very good, isn't it? And like I said, Parasite's very good. I very much like that, and I like the way a foreign language film has broken into the main fold of award nominations. That's good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I haven't seen that, but it's probably very good. I mean, I don't really like Tarantino films that much, but I do appreciate him for who he is and his love for cinema and what he does, and the fact that he's a very unique voice that makes successful films and gets funded. I think that's very important. But I've seen Joker, and it's very good. It is good. I was expecting it to be a pile of shit and everyone was just chatting breeze. But I'm telling you, in terms of directing, in terms of evoking emotion, and the fact that you can, I felt some shit, man. Watching that, I was like, okay, they've done that very well. I was fucking surprised. But everyone's sort of shitting on it. Now, like I said, is it the greatest film of the year? I don't know. But the greatest films of the year don't always win. In fact, great films don't always win. Crash won. I'm not talking about the David Cronenberg Crash when they're having nasty sex, after car accidents and shit. I'm talking about Crash, the one that just goes, racism's bad. That one best film, and that film is a fucking cornball fest. I mean, that is one of the cringiest films ever made. Admittedly, when I first watched it, I thought it was quite good, but I was high as fuck. Joker's an important film as well, and I'll tell you why it's an important film, because it's sort of reached the pinnacle of, we've been swamped with all these silly fucking comic book films for like over 10 years now. It really is enough, isn't it? And somehow they managed to sneak in, or like ride on the back of this whole genre and create the definitive genre piece. Like something that actually matters, that is meaningful, something that's not a big show of silly special effects and people in capes and shit, even though it is the Joker film. So they've actually done something very interesting and made a game-changing film and gone, hey, we can make something very successful that people might actually like and shit. Do you know what I'm saying? That's about someone who's got mental illness. I think that's great. So I think that's all good. And using the guys of comic book films going, ooh, I think that's good. All right. It's definitely better than Little Women. Okay. And I think people are just throwing their toys out the pram over it, going, no, it's toxic, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're going around saying they thought people are going to go shoot up film theatres, shoot up cinemas because of this film and shit. It's like, this is 2020. It's not the 1970s. When they ban films and going, well, people are going to. They ban kung fu films and like, well, people are going to go karate chop people's heads off. Yeah. People go around with nunchuckers, bashing mans in face. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just all got a bit silly. And enough is enough with all your fucking bullshit. I mean, the BAFTA Awards nominations was bad enough as well. Because now you got, like, it's not just, because it's like, where's the women? It's like, maybe, women is half the population, right? So they are underrepresented. But then you got the BAME people coming. Oh, we need BAME. We people of POCs. Where's all the black people nominations? It's like, I don't know. Show me the good films that they've done, and then we'll talk about it. Do you know what I'm saying? I just don't think any of these people in these industries are massively sexist and racist. They're really not. It's the fucking entertainment industry. Do you know what I'm saying? And it has become like an oppression Olympics. And let's face facts. If this is an oppression Olympics, we know who does really well in the entertainment industry, especially in movies. And that's the most oppressed people of all. The Jews. The Jews kill it. So you tell me, how can the most oppressed people of all time be killing it and no one else is killing it? You tell me. Apparently, everyone's bigoted and sexist. Well, the Jews are doing all right. And let's face facts, if we're trying to give out awards just to tick boxes and pander to people and go, and go, well, no, you should get an award because you're this and you should get an award. It's like, well, the Jews already be getting loads of awards because they win the Oppression Olympics. So therefore everyone should be happy, shouldn't they? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. But one point is, what is it? So Ratman, who's from, I don't really know if I'm that familiar with him. He's from Peckham. He's from Pecknam. And he made this film, what's it called? Blue Story, which is basically an adaptation of, he's one of the many people who have done a YouTube Hood series, London Hood series. There's loads of them. I remember watching one back in the day that Friends of Friends done. That's the way I could. I knew someone who knew some people involved. It was something called like, what was it called? Freaking Cycle of Revenge. Cycle of Revenge. The Cycle of Revenge was your standard Hood story stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was standard. But then you got Blue Story. What's it called? It's called Rilo's story. Is it called Rilo? Kylo's? What the fuck is it called? Anyway, Blue Story is based on that Hood YouTube show. And you got the director complaining that this had no nominations and the film's been quite successful. It's like, yo, I've seen it, man. All right, let's calm down. There's nothing. There's no racism there that they ain't awarded your film nothing. The fact is, it's just another British Hood movie, isn't it? There's so many of them. Like, if you did something, I think people, I don't know. You gotta like do something a bit more with that subject matter. It's kind of been done to death. It's always the same thing. The Hood's bad, and the best one's been done already. You've got fucking Bullet Boy came out years ago, and that's like the best one if you want to tell a story of like how things are. Because Bullet Boy is very effective. It's very simple. There's literally, without spoiling it for you, okay, in case you haven't seen it, there's a little car prang at the beginning. So Asher D's come out of jail, and there's a little car prang, and because these two boys crash into each other, because of that one incident, it just spirals out of control to a tit for tat bullshit until it's just people are dead, basically. I won't say who dies, but you probably get the idea. So it's already been done and done pretty well. So like, you need to come with, so just, you know, just because they're not giving out awards for it. Like, I've seen clips from it. I've watched a bit of the show, and it's like, it ain't nothing new, and it's not the greatest. A lot of these things ain't the greatest. So I don't know why you're wanting awards for it. Like, do something more original with the idea. Either you make like the greatest UK Hood movie you possibly could, like it's the greatest, or do something very different with the idea. You know, and I think it's like, you know, does every all-black cast that tells the story about inner city London have to involve gang shit, for fuck's sake? Like, do you know what I mean? I mean, it's like, it's very repetitive. It's just like, can you do something else? Maybe something a bit more. I just do something else, like, and you know, because it's been done. You know, it's been done. Same as a gangster film starring Danny Dyer. It's been done, hasn't it? Even Danny Dyer went to EastEnders. So yeah, and to say like, well, where's our nominations? It's like going, come on, bruv. It's not all that, you know what I mean? I mean, hats off to the success they've made, and to make a film that get into cinemas based off the YouTube series is very inspiring and good. All props to them, but it's like, all right, you're not getting Best Picture award, are you? For goodness sake, calm down, Jesus Christ. You know, everyone's just getting real shirty about it. It's like, you know, it's like, well, where's my award? I made something great. It's like, well, maybe it wasn't that great. I don't know, do I? Well, I do know. It's not that great. So calm yourself down. Everyone needs to just chill out a bit. You know, there is this thing as well with awards and stuff. I remember going way back to like the Brit Awards. I remember when the Blur versus Oasis bullshit was going on, and Blur won all the awards one year, and then the next year Oasis won all the awards, and Oasis were like going, well, it was our time to get it, as if it's like, well, we should have won them all this year, as if they were owed it. You know, well, you know, they won it last year, so we should win it this year. It's like going, that ain't how it works. It does seem to be like that. It's like it's like, do you want to be pandered to and give a pat on the head That's what people are asking for. And like, no, that ain't the way. Going, well, there, here's your reward. Do you know, like letting the fat kid win the race so he doesn't feel fat. It's like, come on. Awards are there to... These film awards are bullshit anyway, for starters, okay? But another factor is that, you know, if you want to be recognised for excellence, you know, don't be calling out for just a pandering award. Going, there. That's not the way, man. That's not the way. I would hate that. If someone gave me an award and said, going, well, you know, it's your turn to get one. No, I'd rather be it because I did something fucking great. You know, but everyone's upset, and I'm just bored of how people. I'm just absolutely bored to tits of it. But my goodness, and especially with with the whole, again, going back to the whole female thing. I've seen a list of all these female-directed films, and it's like, none of these films can even touch the ones that have been nominated. So that's something. We want Hollywood and to acknowledge good stuff in it. Do you know what I'm saying? We want the good stuff to be acknowledged. We want good stuff, and we want Hollywood to make good stuff and put money behind good stuff, not silly stuff. So and this is acknowledging people doing good stuff, right? Because the way that most people have it, like, they'd be like, oh well, let's just have. They just have bullshit comic book films with transvestites in it. Oh, sorry, transsexual. Oh, whatever. I don't care anymore. You know, they'd be happy with that going. Well, it's an all-female cast of the next 20 Transformers films, as if that's a good thing. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's my freaking hot take on that whole subject. You know what I'm saying? Just gonna go through the chat and see what all you nonsense peddlers have been talking about. Drayson says, I like those window shades more since you forced me to look at them a lot. I don't know about the film awards, nor care about film awards. You look weird about cigarette in your mouth. Yeah. Have you seen any... Awatarasi, have you seen any she-males in Thailand? Have you seen any she-males in Thailand? And then he says, whatever, because I didn't respond to him. Of course I've seen she-males in Thailand. It's Thailand, for goodness sake. It's the bloody capital. You know. It's like asking, have you seen any clogs in Holland? I think. Something like that, anyway. Something similar. What the frickin' booty sack. Hold up. Now here's some subjects I just want to like. Some stuff I want to get to the bottom of, okay? Hold your Hank Salmons. So where do we start? Which one do I start on? Well, Prince Harry. Everyone said their piece on Prince Harry and his bird. Prince Harry and his wife. And how that's all going to, well, whatever's going to go on with that shit, you know what I'm saying? How he's stepping out of the public eye and, you know, easing off the gas a bit on his duties. But what I like is the fact that they call themselves the progressive, they're going to be progressive royals and have a progressive role, which I think could be absolutely hilarious. That would be hilarious, and I think that would be absolutely great, because the fact is, you might see Prince Harry, I don't know, just apologising for colonialism and travelling across Africa and kissing babies and stuff, and just going up to, you know, go to South Africa and go up to the Zulus and just go, I'm terribly sorry for what we did in that film. I just, you know, I think that'd be hilarious. And talking about white privilege on Oprah and stuff. I think we're in for a real treat of hilarity. I think there's some goddamn absolute funny shit coming. That's what I reckon. I reckon there's some real funny business on the horizon in terms of that. That's all I want to add to it. You know, that's all I care about. But it clearly is a money grab, so there's that. The other thing I just want to mention now, Soleimani and Iran. People being bloody silly. I've had enough of everyone banging on about just sticking up for Iran and just ball licking Iran. Stop ball licking Iran. What's wrong with you? Like just going, oh my God, Iran. There's nothing wrong. Iran's the land of peace and prosperity. Colin Kaepernick trying to, oh my God. You know, this is the thing, when people start loving the Iranians, going, and all the things they tried to say to defend Iran, just because the wrong person took this motherfucker out, is pathetic. And this pro-Iranian sentiment is hilarious, because not too long after this all happened, first of all, they shoot down a Ukrainian Airlines plane, which I flew on once, so I won't be flying on that again. And then what they've shot how many? 1,000 protesters, killed 100, and now earlier today they're torturing a bunch of protesters. People are protesting. They're not fans of the regime. This hideous regime that created the suicide bomber. You do realise that they're the ones that invented the suicide bomber. It's a sin. It's a sin in the eyes of the Quran, and yet, you know, they created the suicide bomber. And now, but people are just praising Iran, going, "We love you, Iran. Iran's great. Why does everyone hate Iran? What's wrong with you? Nothing wrong with Iran. They're bloody brilliant." Shut up. Know nothing about Iran. Absolutely nothing. You know nothing what was going on. Honestly. They've done nothing wrong. We're the real bad people. Shut up. Honestly, change it. Putting the Iranian flag in your profiles and shit. You're an embarrassment to yourself. Stop it. The Iranian regime are fucking awful. They're terrible. They're terrible, 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 terrible people. They really are. The Ayatollah is a very, very buggery. He's a right bloody bugger. And this geezer, they're saying, "Oh, farewell to a man who, it's like, my God, oh, this man was bringing peace to the Middle." Honestly, making him out to be like fucking Desmond Tutu. He's crazy. He's like, there's talk about him like he's Nelson Mandela. This geezer, stop it. You're an embarrassment. Right, that's all I've got to say on that. The Dobre brothers. I really don't like the Dobre brothers. Most YouTubers I can just go, who cares? Like, pretty much all of them. You know, if people make their bread and butter of ripping into certain YouTubers. But these geezers, I've got a problem with them. I tell you where it stems from initially. Obviously, they're creating a lot of stink at the moment. They always do. Look at them. But initially, look, on my comedy channel on YouTube, you know, I got this character called Internet Dad, and it's called YouTube Parental Guidance, where I like go through YouTubers who are popular kids, and the whole idea is that I am reviewing whether my imaginary children should be watching this content or not. And in the end, he says, "No, you shouldn't be." That's the joke. And in one of the episodes, I did the Dobre brothers. I'd done them, and I said some pretty. Because my humour on there is just, there's no hope but holds barred. So yeah, I said all kinds of stuff. You know, I called them simpletons and idiots and cussed out their mum and everything, but in a very jovial way. But it's satire, mate, and I don't care. But these little douche wankers, well, at least their network. Now, bearing in mind, this is a small channel, and this is the like my most viewed video on that channel. It's got 20,000 views. Okay, this Dobre brothers video probably has like 150 views, but they claimed it. They claimed the whole thing. Now, and I obviously, responded to it with saying, no, this is fair use. The channel's not even monetized anymore. All right, that went a long time ago. So there's no real reason for me to dispute the claim, because I'm not getting money out of it, and they haven't shut it down, and it still plays. But it plays with ads, which revenue goes to them. 150 views, and they still claimed it. I put in the dispute saying this is fair use. They denied it. They pushed forward. And I've heard this about a lot of them. I heard they do this a lot. 150 views. Now that video with 20,000 views, and it's a 4-minute video, so it's not even your usual 10-minute video with your 5 mid rolls. That video has earned, so the one with 20,000 views, that video, grand total of $6 for those 20,000 views. $6 that video's earned. So how much do you think the 150 view video has earned? Like probably 0.0001 cents or something. But they're still taking that. And you've seen this, and this just sums up the mentality of people like this. These are terrible people. You've seen this. You may have seen the stuff that they had with their meet and greet at their tour. I mean, what the hell are they doing on stage? I have no idea. Their tour, where they were charging like upwards of hundreds of dollars, and they were just sat there going, meeting their fans who paid all this money, get a photo taken, and they're like, they've always got a game out, an app, this Burge. Look at the clothing they're wearing. That just sums it up. Showing off their Ferraris and their McLarens. It's just the opulence of wealth. Going, yeah. These are just money grabbing greed merchants. And the worst part of it all, look, even I don't get it, right? Jake, I don't get why people even would like them. They literally have the personalities of cardboard. They're literally like absolute cardboard. I know the two weirdo twins do backflips and dance and shit, but the other two in the middle, one of them literally looks like an Iranian hairdressing paedophile, and the one on the right just looks like meat that's been punched into the form of a human being, right? But I have no idea what these two weirdos do or why people like them. Like, look, Jake Paul, even Lele Pons, Tana Mojo, Logan Paul, Rice Gum, all these people, even who are just like, oh my god, they're terrible. But I get why they're popular. I get it. I totally get it. I get why J-Station's popular. I get even the Scherer family. Those frickin' weirdo goons running around pretending there's monsters in the ponds, embarrassing their adult selves, whoring themselves out so 4-year-olds will click on their silly videos. I get that. Even the weirdo one who looks like a fucking meth addict. I get it why people watch that. But these fools, I have no idea how they've earned all this fucking money. They don't deserve it. Their content is just a terrible. They've got literally no personality. They're not funny. They're not annoying. Like Jake Paul's got that whole annoying thing going for him. They're not even that. They're just proper act weird. They have no self-awareness whatsoever. That they're gonna go on there and challenge Cody to a boxing match because he's bullying them. I'm just like, the more I learn about these douche nuggets, I'm just like, fuck these guys. They can do one. Seriously. They need to go away. I cannot stomach these motherfuckers. They're just like, I'm just telling you. These greedy, money-grabbing fuck ponies. That's what they are. Bum slitters. And I hate them. So yeah, they can do one. Off you fuck. Now I've seen this. This is a meme. Well, it's not a meme. It's a screenshot of a tweet. This is shared by someone who's extremely woke. That is within my within my circle of knowing stuff. But I did look at this and thought, yeah, this kind of sums some shit up. This sums a lot of shit up. It says, we are living in an era of woke capitalism in which companies pretend to care about social justice to sell products to people who pretend to hate capitalism. Kind of. Yeah. I mean, at the fringes of it, you have got all the social justice nut jobs. Yeah, the real far left-leaning people who genuinely believe all the bullshit that comes out of their mouth. You know, you do have them. And then you got another bunch who are like the brainwashed ones who don't quite know what they're saying, but they don't know any better. And then you just got the virtue signaling wannabes who just follow in droves. And that is those people. The people who think they hate capitalism, but literally love they love corporations and they love consumerist products. You know? Like, we hate capitalism, but we love Apple. Do you know what I mean? This is these people. They're crazy. The ones who'll get all bent out of shape because a big Hollywood movie is under attack for being crap. Leave our big Hollywood movie alone, you oppressors. Like, these people are fucking crazy. You know, applauding Gillette. Yeah, I mean, like, Christ. If ISIS parade around with a fucking rainbow flag during Pride Month, they'd support ISIS. These people are nutters. They're idiots. And it's true. And as for the companies, yeah, the companies don't give a shit. Of course they don't give a shit. Look at that. Best example is Disney Lucasfilm is a great example of this. Keeps saying, they're going, yes, of course we want women directors and we want people of colour, we want different ethnic diversities. And we all want them all represented. Yes, 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 yes. And it's literally, who's directed all these fucking films? They're all white dudes. They're straight white males. All of them. There's no diversity in fucking Disney. There's a serious lack of diversity right across the board. Saying, no, we've got a Chinese one in a very minor role that no one cares about. Oh, well done for you. You know. And there's the black one who's one of the leads. It's like, the most underwritten character in it. What else do you do? Pansexual. I don't know. These idiots. Then they're playing this game. These companies and these corporations. They're playing it and they're pumping it out so they can be propped up by the countless useful idiots on planet Earth. Who are these people that this comment references? The people who pretend to hate capitalism. They are the useful idiots of the world. They are the major corporations' useful idiots. And they know they are. Because I'll tell you for why. Because we live in the age of rage bait, and unfortunately, there is a whole economy built on rage bait, especially when it comes to entertainment. And if you look right across YouTube, you've got all your usual YouTubers who are just, constantly upset about Star Wars or diversity in comic books or whatever. They're always upset about something, saying, well, we're going to make James Bond a sexless amoeba. And everyone's like, ah! Everyone's upset and shit. The fact is, you're getting played. It's a game, and everyone's getting played. Everyone's being played by these corporations who don't have any originality or creativity or good ideas, who are afraid of taking risks, who are just so concerned with maintaining their luxury lifestyle in their massive mansions with their slaves. I mean, with their staff, who I'm sure are paid very well. And how do they maintain this lifestyle? How do they maintain their position? How do they make sure stuff is successful when they're completely creatively bankrupt? But they play you. That's what they're doing. Because it's like, I call it soft controversy. It's soft controversy. So you've got real controversies. You'd have real controversy in the film world. Look at the films of Stanley Kubrick as an example. Let's just stay focused on film. You have Stanley Kubrick with Lolita, or Doctor Strangelove, Clockwork Orange. Controversial things. Lolita, it's paedophilia. Yeah. Clockwork Orange, there was copycat murders apparently. This is controversial shit. This is real controversial shit where there's an attack on art and the puritanical aspects of the establishment and the media will go after them saying this is filth, this needs to be banned, this is blah 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 blah. That's proper controversy, because that's holding up, that's showing society as it is. That's going, hey, this is some edgy, daring shit. But now we live in the age of soft controversy. So you got the controversy that surrounded the Joker film and stuff. Like, it's the incel movie. Please. But then you got the soft controversy, which is the politically correct controversy. It'll be like, when someone will just say something as off the cuff as when they were talking about the Solo movie, and they asked, was it Ben Kasdan, is that Lawrence Kasdan's son? They said, could Landau Calrissian be pansexual? And he just said, well, this is a guy that lives in liberal Hollywood, so he's not going to say, no, he's a ladies' man. He's not going to say that, is he? So he just went, I don't know, probably, possibly, I hadn't really thought about it. And then suddenly Landau Calrissian is a pansexual, and that's it, I mean, the factor of him being a pansexual doesn't really come across in the film at all, apart from that he may have finger-banged a robot. But what I'm saying is, it's like, it made a very uninteresting, middle-of-the-road, mediocre yawn fest. That was the Solo movie. That was purely only exists to make money. That's its only function, is to make money. And suddenly you've got some controversy surround this absolute yawn fest, this completely uninspiring, unedgy, nothing burger of a total non-entity. And suddenly people are just talking about going, well, it's got pansexuals in it. And then people are going to, and the people in the rage-based culture will have to make a video on it, and articles have to talk about it. And then you've got all the idiots going, this is wonderful. Yeah, pansexuality is represented in Star Wars. Yay! And then you've got the people going, this is disgusting. This is ruining all my goddamn childhood memories. It's like, oh, stop thrusting your diversity down our necks. And suddenly, everyone's talking about this piece of shit that no one cares about. One of the other tactics, obviously, that they have used is that when they've regurgitated, ideas that no one cares about, or they've made films that no one cares about, and they've tanked, they've blamed it. With Ghostbusters and the Charlie's Angels remake or reboot, what the fuck you want to call it, they've gone, well, it's the toxic men out there who just don't like to see women have fun on screen and stuff like that. And that's why it failed. No, it failed because it was crap. That is a tactic that they use, but they use that after the fact. What I'm saying is the soft controversy doesn't always work in a film's favour, but they will try and make it work each and every time. In fact, it doesn't work a lot, but people will be talking about stuff more than they should be, which in turn probably means that more people will watch these pieces of shit than they should, just out of pure morbid curiosity. That is a thing. A great new example of Hollywood, not having any original ideas and being completely desperate, is they're bringing back fucking Saved by the Bell. That's right. No one wants that. I mean, no one asked for that. No one asked for that Charlie's Angels film, that's for sure. But no one's asked for Saved by the Bell to come back. And what are they doing with Saved by the Bell? But isn't it? Oh, no. Because they're like, no, it's not just Saved by the Bell. So Zach Morris, the character of Zach Morris, is basically, the lead character is going to be transgender. And apparently that's good, and that's good enough. But the thing is, that is kind of good enough. Because no one wants a Saved by the Bell remake. Okay, no one cares for it, no one asks for it, because it's aimed at children, and grown-ass people aren't going to watch a Saved by the... Well, some weirdos will. No one wants it, no one cares for it. Alright, this is what today's youth have been crying out for, but they're going to do it anyway. Why? Because they've got no ideas. And they go, well, that's a thing that exists, so some people might have heard of it. It did well the first time around. They've got no ideas, but what they will do is they go, oh, well, we'll change things about it. But no, Zach Morris is going to be a woman. But, oh yeah, I've done that. No, not just a woman, a transgendered woman. And it's like, brilliant. And how does that change the character at all? How does that make everything different? Oh, it's one for the times. But the thing is, it works on the level of them going, hey, look at us being progressive and diverse. And B, we know this is going to cause a stink because everyone's going to roll their eyes and go, oh, what are you doing? Making Zach Morris a transgender, you dickhead. And the videos will come out, the articles will come out. And then you've got all the useful idiots, the pretend wannabe anti-capitalists will all be coming out going, yeah, celebration, Saved by the Bell, Saved by the Bell have got a diversity, have solved their diversity problem. They've got Zach Morris is now a lady, but used to be a boy. Zach Morris is a lady that have his dick cut off. One of those. We like them. That's progressive stuff, that is. We're virtue signaling. Hello. So they'll be championing it, and then everyone will get into a big tit for tat spat over, why Zach Morris has now got no penis. And it will be all over Twitter with all the useful idiots on Twitter. And everyone's talking about this Saved by the Bell remake that no one should be talking about. It should be just ignored. Hollywood and its lack of ideas and regurgitation of bullshit and just tweaking something like going, Batwoman's a lesbian. The Ghostbusters a female. 4, gonna make him a bird. Darth Vader's an incel. Whatever they're gonna fucking do, you should just ignore it. Ignore it. Now, you could be thinking, oh no, we could call out the fact that there are no original ideas, that no one wants this remake, and just not even mention the fact that they've shoehorned in some progressive idea like a transgendered person or a homosexual, just to go, yeah, look, we're doing something different, honest, to appease to the useful idiots who think they are virtuous. Because because you can't ignore those factors, because you don't like something, the idiots are gonna come after you anyway. Like I said, the lunatics who actually believe this stuff and the idiots that want to believe this stuff or think they believe this stuff, they come after you anyway because you're having to go at their thing now. It's now their thing. Because the corporations have gone, well, as soon as we make Zach Morris a ladyboy, everyone is going to be on our side and do our bidding for us. Like they know that you got played. You're absolutely being played. So you can't do your video about it and skirt over the fact that it's transgender or whatever and say, why are you doing this? This is just silly. You can't. You just have to completely ignore it. Completely ignore it. Which is kind of what happened to that Little Women film, isn't it? Like, hasn't everyone just completely ignored it? Like the Charlie's Angels reboot, pretty much everyone ignored that. A few people made a video, but like most people, how I comment on it, but it's just because I could see it coming, saying this is just going to tank, and it's going to tank, and they're going to blame men, and that's what they did. They are so shameless. They're kind of becoming like the communist regime in China, who are sort of going around because this is what's going on. Like Xiaoping, where his name is, like, because they're having a bit of it's getting a bit stagnant. The growth isn't going up as much as it was. They're going through a bit of a lully period of the financial growth isn't there. And what they've been doing is just blaming foreigners for it, just blaming foreigners instead of evaluating what they've been doing. And that's what Hollywood does, the same thing. It goes, no, it's everyone else's. It's your fault for not liking what we did. What the fuck did that work? Like, Hollywood literally will just tell you to go fuck yourself as a consumer, as a customer. All they do is pump out consumerist fucking nonsense, and then they have the nerve to have a go at the consumers. Right? These people aren't artists. You can expect an artist. Like, look at Wale, the rapper. When he doesn't get nominated or feature on a top 20 list of the year's album, or he doesn't get nominated for an award, or someone gives him a bad review, he'll kick up a stink. He'll phone people up or go around the office and go, why don't you like my album, you piece of shit, I'm going to fucking kill you. Like, Wale's, because he's an artist. You can expect artists to do stuff like that. All right, artists might get a bit like, woo, These people in Hollywood, these executives and shit, the people making Elizabeth Banks directing fucking Charlie's Angels, Paul Feig, these people aren't fucking artists. They're just corporate whores pumping out consumerist nonsense. So fuck them. I say fuck them. And because they're corporate whores pumping out consumerist nonsense, they shouldn't be going around having a go at customers. Because in business, because all this is business, this isn't art, this is business, this is pure business. You don't go around cussing out your customers. That's ridiculous. Or your potential customers. Why didn't you come to my shop? Is it because you're racist? No, your shop's shit. All it sells is chocolate coins. They're only popular at Christmas, you fucking idiot. Anyway. So, yeah. So it's all the woke, useful idiots. Just leave them, but I think it's, like I said, I think it's time to stop. Ignore everything that blows up on Twitter and ignore all this nonsense that gets pumped out. You know, Zach Morris is now a fucking transgender. It's like, oh, well done. Thanks for just giving us the same thing, but slightly different. You know, it's completely, it is creatively bankrupt, and the woke, useful idiots just need to fuck off. And all you people who make videos going, oh my god, Captain America's now going to be Bengali, like, you know, you're just falling into their hands too, because you'll help spreading it. All news, you help spreading the message, because they're going to keep doing it, because sometimes it works, but a lot of the time, a hell of a lot of times, it hasn't worked. It didn't work for Ghostbusters, it didn't work for that Charlie's Angels bullshit. It's not going to work for the fucking Saved by the Bell remake, that's for sure. You know, it doesn't always work, but the thing is, it doesn't matter if it doesn't work, because they just keep doing it anyway. Like, it's like they just enjoy failure. I've no idea, I just don't know. Or they think if they just keep doing it, we'll be conditioned into it. I don't know why they keep doing it. It's fucking crazy. There's your shit. So, yeah, and then going back around, that's what I have to say on them shits, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, rude boy? You know what I'm saying? You know, this is no good knowledge of ignorance. If anyone tuning in who doesn't usually see this part of my fucking spiel, this is how this always used to be. I only do it twice a week now. I only do it twice a week. My followers getting upset because like, literally, Watarazu, like, is fucking upset because I didn't respond to his question about had I seen any she-males in Thailand. Whatever, twice. Whatever. Oh my god, bloody stop being such a little baby. Goodness sake. I'm not reading chats right now, alright? Join in the fun. Enjoy the experience, man, if you're still there. Oh my god. Anyway. From something profound to something else entirely, which is what you're about to witness. What you'll be about to witness. Sorry. You'll witness the fitness. Oh no. But I'm gonna take a cigarette break, but I'm not gonna leave you. I've decided to stop leaving you with cigarette breaks now, and just take you on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Just look at me whilst I smoke. Especially seeing as Drayson says, you know, it feels weird not seeing me with a cigarette in my mouth. So here you go. This is just for you. And watch me smoke for a few minutes. Hold on. This is for you. So that's some familiarities. Can you hear me? Is it a wonder? Anyway, it's clammy, it's sticky, man. It's clammy and sticky. It's clammy. It's clammy. Very interesting. I will get some freaking shout outs. At some point. Just reading through the list of followers I gained over the last few days, it's just like, oh god, some of your names, man, are fucking, what the hell is going on? What's going on with some of you people? I thought long and hard about it. See, Rebus was my DJ name, you see. From way back when I used to mix techno and shit. And I thought long and hard about it. I had a teacher who said I was a conundrum. He called me a conundrum. And obviously I didn't want to call myself DJ Conundrum. Because conundrum is something like it's unexplainable or something like that. That's ridiculous. So I wasn't going to call myself DJ Conundrum because of countdown and shit. But, you know, I got a thesaurus out, innit? And I found Rebus, and I was like, I like that. And it sort of suited. It's kind of suited everything I've done, whether I was juicing hip hop or DJing techno or doing this bullshit. You know, I thought, you know, there was thought into it, man. For some of you, I'm just looking at it going, what is this? Why have you decided? Why did you come to this idea? I don't know. All of you. I love you. Absolutely nothing. Usually getting nut jobs. Yeah, I mean, I did try to do it at the time. I was streaming, but on my phone, for some reason now, when the notifications come up on Streamlabs on my phone, I can't see your full names. I don't know how to adjust it. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just been glitchy since the turn of the year, ever since they started wanting to charge me money for the privilege, so I can fuck off. But shout outs to Radical 3D1, Max Demos 10, Max Demos 10, Triggered Turtle, Trail Skid, Proxima 13 to 37, Nitrosky, Aki MKK, who has either stopped following me or doesn't exist anymore. So I don't know if you've gone into shade, so I think you don't follow me anymore. Halo FDS 12, Drayson of course, and then we're going back a bit further. So yeah, that's there you go. That's called spreading love, my son. Now, I don't know if you're like me and you have a relative who loves candles. My sister collects candles. She collects a lot of candles, my sister does. She always loved a candle or two. Real expensive candles, big candles. And my sister always had a habit of sticking her fingers in the candle wax and, you know, it was melted and put it on her fingers and stuff. You know, she's one of them people. But she doesn't have... Sorry, what the hell is going on with this? Professionals now. Why is this so big? Why are you so big? Oh my god. Oh, why are you so big? So, you know, candles. Obviously, you may... Hang on, let me just adjust this. Oh my god. No. You may know about, you know... You may know about Gwyneth Paltrow being a bit... You know, she's a bit... Gwyneth Paltrow is a bit... And you may be a big fan of candles, collecting all kinds of expensive candles. I remember going on Future's online store, and Future had his own, I think it was a Cristal scented candle, for like $50. I was like, well, I'm not buying that, that's ridiculous. Gwyneth Paltrow, I know, the mind is in the gutter, but what else are you going to say about this kind of thing, really? Gwyneth Paltrow sells out of candle that smells like her vagina. And we have so many questions. This is a Metro article, so their questions won't be very good, but they'll have a lot of them. So, Gwyneth Paltrow is letting fans get up close and personal in a very unexpected way with her new This Smells Like My Vagina candle. Do we want to know who's been buying it? Probably not. Well, that's sort of making a few presumptions there that Gwyneth Paltrow is what, dumb and doesn't think that these perverts you're alluding to are buying candles just to smell her pussy. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that's who's buying it. Do we want to know who's been buying it? Probably not. I mean, what are you trying to say about Gwyneth Paltrow? That's kind of a slur at her. Did you realise that? Anyway, retailing for $75, £57 on the website for the actress's lifestyle brand Goop. The candle literally does what it says on the tin, with the scent being described as funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected. Now, I'm not sure if this article is a fucking troll, but it's on the Metro. I don't know if someone's hijacked the website and hacked into it. I don't know. But at the moment, we're going to assume this is all legit. Because what's better than a funny scent? Because that's the thing, though. I mean, having a vagina-scented candle probably seems very sensual and loving. But, a lot of vaginas fucking stink. They do. I've encountered some god-awful smelling vaginas before. And in general, ones that don't stink. I mean, it's not exactly... It's the smell of a vagina and the taste of a vagina isn't exactly like something that you put in candle form or have a flavor of sweets or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not. It ain't. Sorry, it ain't that thing, is it? It's not. Cause it's not, is it? And why is it? And why is it that I mean, if they had one that smelled like penis, there'd be way more of an uproar. There'd be way more going, smell of penis, as if the vagina smells better than a penis. But, you piss and come out of them at the end of the day. That's what they do, both of them. And, is that the sort of thing you want to smell when you light up your candle? Anyway, describing how on earth the candle came to be, the description on the site reads, this candle started as a joke between perfumer Douglas Little and Gwyneth Paltrow, or GP as they put. The two were working on a fragrance, and she blurted out, ugh, this smells like a vagina, but evolved into a funny, gorgeous, sexy, and beautifully unexpected scent. See, if it smelled like a vagina, you could have just gone, it does smell like a bit of like a vagina. This smells like a vagina. Does it still smell like a vagina? I don't know. It turned out to be perfect as a candle. We did a test run at an in-Goop Health, and it sold out within hours. Oh my god. It's a blend of geranium, citrus bergamot, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damsack rose and ambrette seed that puts us in the mind of fantasy seduction and sophisticated warmth. Yeah, I've never heard anyone try to big up their pussy that much in my entire life. Like, that is like, you must rate your vagina so heavy to be talking like that. Going, what's your vagina smell like? Well, I don't know. Geranium, citrus bergamot, and cedar absolutes juxtaposed with damask rose and ambrette seed. Oh, really? How would you... And what sort of metaphorical description would you give the scent of your cunt? Oh, it puts you in the mind of fantasy, seduction, and sophisticated warmth. Really? Really? That's your vagina you're talking about right now? How you like... as much as, you know, I love my girlfriend's vagina, if she released her own vagina candle and started, like, talking about a vagina in such terms, I was like, going, right, you need to steady on, all right? You're getting a bit above your station here. What are you doing? See, you sound like an idiot right now. Stop it. You know, sophisticated warmth. There's nothing sophisticated about a vagina. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a vagina. It's just a functional thing, isn't it? Sophisticated. Oh, I see. Your vagina's very sophisticated. It's very warm and sophisticated. Yeah, as I was finger banging her behind the bike sheds, I noticed the warmth, sophistication of the goop dripping out of it. Like, calm yourself down. You know, they're saying, "Oh, we're going to worship the vagina." Where's the worship of the penis? Where's, like, you know, the penis does a lot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The penis is always the joke. There's always a joke about the penis, isn't there? You know, you call people a cocksucker. Suck my dick is an insult, you know. But, like, eat my pussy, you pussy eater. You know, that only insults what? Sicilians. Anyway, it says we still have many, many more questions, but sure, although the candle's currently sold out, fans shouldn't be disheartened as they can add themselves to a wait list so they can be notified when it's back in stock. Gwyneth, who recently claimed she's giving up acting for good, well, we can applaud that, has faced mixed reactions for her lifestyle brand. You don't say. Well, the Avengers star had Jimmy Fallon in stitches after the pair tried out some of her products on The Tonight Show. Susanna Reid previously hit out at the website. Well, Susanna Reid's a fucking player hater, so let's see what she's got to say. Meanwhile, the 47-year-old has also been giving us an insight into her marriage, joking that her sex life is over after her husband, Brad Falchuk, moved in with her. Her reasoning mystified us even more when she claimed that their separate homes created polarity in their marriage, whatever that means. On the commotion their unconventional setup created, the star told Harper's Bazaar US, I thought it was really interesting how resonant that was for people. One of my best friends was like, that is my dream, don't ever move in. Like, he's talking about a vagina candle. When's... Alright, well that's all they got to say about the vagina candle. Well done to the Metro. The Metro creating articles that are, you know, absolutely brilliant. Well done, Metro. High five. High five, Metro. Good for you, Metro. Well done. Good on you. Well done, Metro. So yeah, well, Gwyneth Paltrow is selling candles that smell like a vagina. Fucking great. And actually saying it, this smells like my vagina. You go into someone's house and you see that on the mantelpiece and they're going, ugh. You're going to sniff it though, aren't you? Does it? It does. You feel it, you thought you saw it all. You hadn't. You hadn't saw it all, had you? My goodness, you had not. You hadn't saw it all at all. Oh my god. And what's this? That's right. People hate Roger Federer now. Because, why? Well, you better bloody find out. Roger Federer, I didn't even know he still played tennis. I'm not really into tennis anyway, so I don't know why that'd be on my radar, so, you know. But Federer responds to climate change critics over Credit Suisse links. Now this is where these climate change lunatics have gone real too far. Because like I said, they are just a doomsday cult. I don't think they care about the environment at all. I think they're just power-hungry weirdos. That's what I think they are. You know. So and this is just this. What is this? Seriously, tennis star Roger Federer has responded to climate change critics, including campaigner Greta Thunberg, the world's worst child, by saying he takes the issue very seriously. Activists oppose Federer's sponsorship deal with Credit Suisse over its links to the fossil fuel industry. Some appeared in court this week after refusing to pay a fine for playing tennis inside Credit Suisse offices in 2018 to highlight Federer's deal. Federer did not address the deal directly in his statement. The activists, most of them students, appeared in court in Rennes, Lausanne on the 7th of January to appeal against the fine. Some supporters gathered outside holding banners which read, "Credit Suisse is destroying the planet. Roger, do you support them?" But why is Roger Federer going to give a shit about any of this shit? You know what I'm saying? It's like, Roger, what have you got to say about things? It's like the guy's sponsored by Credit. This is how far it's going. So Credit Suisse has links to the fossil fuel industry, and therefore, and they sponsor Roger Federer. So therefore, what? Roger Federer has to be completely cussed out and ostracized by society. How far is this going to go? It's like a lot of things have links to the fossil fuel industry. Your mum. Do you know what I mean? Is it going to go so far where Greta Thunberg's going to tell you to punch your mum in the face for filling up the car? A lot of things are linked to the fossil fuel industry. It's a very big industry. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like so everything that has something to do with the fossil fuel industry has to be cussed out. Why are they going after Roger Federer? Why aren't they going after like Lewis Hamilton or something? You know, people are actually fucking driving racing cars with God knows how many litre engines, pumping fumes into the sky, just for the sport of it. I mean, where's your beef with them? Why are you going after Roger Federer? What the fuck is all this about? It's because he's sponsored by Credit Suisse and they have links to the fossil fuel industry. Talk about like fucking reaching. Anyway, look, Greta Thunberg, the Swedish teenager, has become the public face of worldwide protests against government policies on climate change. And we have been talking about useful idiots all day, I suppose, so yeah, it's all going full circle. Joined the criticism against Federer and Credit Suisse when she retweeted a post from activist 350.org Europe. Since 2016. I don't know whose voice I'm going to read it. Anyway, in 2016, Credit Suisse has provided $57 billion to companies looking for new fossil fuel deposits, something that is utterly incompatible with climate action. Roger Federer, do you endorse this? Roger, wake up now. Hashtag Roger, wake up, Roger. Hashtag Roger, wake up. The post said loans by Credit Suisse to companies investing in fossil fuels were incompatible with action on climate change and urged Federer to wake up. That's right, wake up, Roger. Why aren't you awake, man? Too busy getting on with your life and playing tennis and shit? Yeah. In his response, the 20-time Grand Slam champion who was in Melbourne for the Australian Open said, "I take the impacts and threat of climate change very seriously, particularly as my family and I arrive in Australia amid devastation from the bushfires." Federer said he had a great deal of respect and admiration for the youth climate movement and was grateful to young climate activists for pushing us all to examine our behaviours and act on innovative solutions. Do you know, I got bored just fucking reading that shit. We owe it to them and ourselves to listen. I appreciate reminders of my responsibility as a private individual, as an athlete, and as an entrepreneur. Oh, he's an entrepreneur now. Roger Federer, we would have thought it. And I'm committed to using this privileged position to dialogue on important issues with my sponsors. For its part, Credit Suisse has said it is seeking to align its loan portfolios with the objectives of the Paris Agreement to combat climate change and has recently announced in the context of its global climate strategy that it will no longer invest in new coal-fired power plants. Burn as much coal as you want. Fill the air with fossil fuels. I love it. Federer is taking part in a fundraising event next Wednesday in aid of relief efforts to address the Australian bushfires, which have killed at least 28 people and destroyed thousands of homes since September. Because it's all the fault of fucking fossil fuels. The whole bushfire. Leave the geezer alone, would you? I mean, like I said, what is next? Do you know how many things are linked to the... Like, fuck off. Who's this? Oh my god. Is this seriously your this is your name, right? So there's someone in the chat here. I've got to address this fucking loon bag. What? Child molester gaming. How do you feel about Donald Trump? President Trump. President Donald J. Trump. Child molester gaming says. Now, I'm going to put it to you that I think you're being a bit of a troll. That's what I think. President Trump, President Donald J. Trump. I'm literally not going to respond to someone who calls himself child molester gaming. I mean, who do you think I am? Are you for real, bruv? You're absolutely crackers, in you. What is your, like, why would you call yourself that? There's nothing about that name that suggests to me that you are an individual or someone worth conversing with. Like, I mean, what was the thinking behind that? How funny do you think you are right now on a scale of 1 to nothing? You're like, do you think you're a fucking funny person with a name like that? Child molester gamer. How can you even be allowed to pick that as a fucking username? Like, I get emails from Twitch every month, or after every stream or whatever, saying, oh, here's your stats, here's a report on activities, Planet Rebus. But yours says, dear child molester gaming, here's your stats report. That's what happens in your life. That's terrible. What awful, because that ain't funny, man. I know you think it's sort of, I think part of you thinks it is funny, but like, it ain't. Do you know what I mean? You need to come correct with your silly stuff. And just to send a message out, right? Of all the people that have come into the chat before and started typing Trump, 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 President Trump, 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 because they think it triggers people. Well, I ain't your guy. That's not how you're not going to get to me by doing that. It's just annoying, and I'll just block you because it's just pointless. Okay? But someone called child molester gaming, I literally do not ever want to see that fucking name ever again. Like, why would you call yourself that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously. Do you know what I mean? That's like, it's just fuck you, man. You stupid twat. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, hold on. So bear with me 1 second, as I do need to. I got a serious. Oh my god. Seriously, I got a serious fucking. Something is coming, man. Something is coming. I need to go. I seriously need to go do some business in the laboratory right now, man. Okay. That hot pot's come back to haunt me. So I'm gonna just play you a compilation of cats hissing and screeching for a little bit whilst I go to the toilet, if that's all right. Is that all right with you? Do you mind that? Is that all right? It'll be fun for you. Go on, have a look at it. It'll be goddamn hilarious. Go on. Enjoy yourself. It'll be good fun.
I'm not even touching her. Don't look at her. She's got angry ears. Mom, you boy. We're just videotaping this. Get out.
Oh my god. Go. Oh my god, go away. What up in the chat? If oh, Drayson's back. No, I'm not torturing animals. I had to go. I had a major issue. I had to go to the toilet, man. It was dangerous, man. It's dangerous. So I thought I'd be kind and play a video of angry cats for everyone to watch. You know, I could have put something real fucked up on, but like I didn't. So hats off to me. You know, I'm not gonna actually like film myself. I'm not gonna put cat torture on here, am I? For goodness sake, I'm not a lunatic. Oh, not usual. Well, your usual lunatic, you know what I'm saying? Ugh. My goodness. If I'm gonna have to. No, I'll be alright. I think everything's okay, man. I think my bowels are absolutely fine. Absolutely tip-top condition. I am in absolutely tip-top condition. So what's this I've seen? Oh yeah. This is something that'll tickle you. This will tickle you. This will tickle your berries. Tickle your scripplers, man. What's this? Elon Musk links smartphones to the total collapse of society. Now, obviously, I mean, there's the, you know, I do often say that people go a bit too far about stuff and you know, spreading doom and gloom and all that sort of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Elon Musk is the kind of guy that knows about this kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I think if you're going to listen to any sort of warnings about the future, it's from this man. You know, he put his car in outer space and he wants us to live on Mars. So, you know, I listen to everything he has to say constantly. But he might be right about this one, you know what I'm saying? Because Elon Musk has published a chilling meme. And this is a Metro article, so I do apologise. You know, I don't think any meme has ever been chilling. I've never heard that descriptor ever before. So I'm going, oh, what a chilling meme. My God, have you seen that? Have you seen that chilling meme? My God, what a chilling meme. Good gracious. What a chilling meme that is. I mean, there's nothing particularly chilling about a meme. Calm yourself down, would you? Elon Musk has published a chilling meme. Fucking scary as fuck meme. Fucking, oh my God, terrifying. Which connects smartphones to the collapse of human society. The billionaire meme lord. See, the way they put the Metro are fucking terrible. It's terrible writing. It's like they put it like that as if that's how Elon Musk made his billions. It's from being a meme lord. Like, as if probably people will go, oh, he's a billionaire meme lord. And there'd be idiots out there probably thinking they can make billions from making memes now because of you. Idiot. Anyway, the billionaire meme lord published, we'll just call him the billionaire. The billionaire published an image which recalled the optimism of 2009 when people bought a smartphone and thought it could do anything. The next image that features the words 2019, stare into the nightmare rectangle and watch society collapse in real time. I think that's just, I don't think it's a chilling meme. I think it's just being kind of funny, you know what I'm saying? Elon captioned his tweet with the word phony. You might think that the man who used cutting-edge tech to get stonking rich would be excited about the bright future waiting for us. Yeah, well, not all tech is it? Not everyone in tech looks at other tech and goes, well, that's great. What do you do? We cloned someone's ballsack and turned it into a killer robot. I don't think I'm into that, to be honest with you. You know. Do you think climate activists are happy with fossil fuel tech? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't be silly. But Elon is definitely not a bright-eyed techno-optimist. The billionaire is an outspoken doom-monger who fears super smart computers are destined to conquer the earth and annihilate humanity. What's this? Musk doesn't like smartphones but wants to connect computers to your brain. Look, I'm missing the point here. I don't know what the point is, but there's a point somewhere. You know, outspoken doom-monger. Look at this language that you use here. Who fears smart computers are destined to conquer the earth. Well, like, I think a lot of people do that. I mean, we've all fucking seen Terminator. That didn't end out too good, did it? I'd say. So, you know, I'm concerned. You should be... Have you seen those Google robots that they got? And they're pushing them over. And then they're jumping back up again. They're doing backflips and shit. Not on my watch. Wait, I ain't letting one of them motherfuckers into my house. Ever. Right. The billionaire's outspoken doom. He recently issued a warning about the dangers of denying the threat that superintelligence poses to our species. On Twitter, Musk responded to a tweet from the writer Robert McFarlane, who quoted a New York Times article and wrote, I wonder if the essence of climate denial among disbelieving Americans is an unwillingness to accept that there is anything in this word so powerful it could overrule them. Musk then replied, same goes for digital superintelligence denial. That's a new denial I haven't heard. I've heard of climate denial and I've heard of Holocaust denial, but I've never heard of digital superintelligence denial. That's a new one on me. The subtext of the tweet suggests the rise of machines is a threat comparable to the dangers of climate change. I'd say it's more of a fucking threat than that. I've seen these robots, man. I've seen them. It's more of a threat. I'm more scared of the robots than I have anything about the planet getting a little bit warmer. Well, it's getting warmer. Good. Have you been to England in winter? It sucks. Okay? But England overrun by killer robots? Hell no, man. Are you crazy? Elon's fears are shared by many experts, most notably the late Stephen Hawking. Yet is quite out of step with some of the billionaire techno-optimists of Silicon Valley. It's because they're fucking nutters. They're the nutters you got to look out for. The Silicon Valley nutters. They're literally trying to condition everyone's brain across planet Earth. Look how Google manipulates all the information that you actually receive. Everything comes through Google. Google have got like everything. They've monopolized online advertising. They've searched. It's even a search. The modern term for looking up accurate information is called go Google. Go Google it. Google it. Did you Google him? The manipulation of information all comes from one small sector of this sect of these lunatics who literally spout off all this crazy stuff. They live in absolute opulence, but try and make out therefore not being evil and justice and equality, and yet they live in ivory towers surrounded by killer robots. I'm telling you, what has Facebook and Twitter done for humanity? Not a great deal. Nothing good. Not many good things. Like, you might say, well, Facebook ads are pretty good. Have you ever tried running a Facebook ad campaign? Jesus Christ. It's like pissing away money. Google ad campaigns are alright. I'll give them that. At least you know how to fucking operate them. But Facebook ads, it's like I had how many clicks? He'll say he had 50. He'll be like, oh, he had 57 clicks off this. Okay. Well, which website were they going to, motherfucker? It wasn't mine. Sorry, I got a bit annoyed about that. Anyway, what I'm saying is, these people are fucking crazy. They're crazy. These kind of people would rather save an animal than save a child. They would. That's what these kind of people are like. I'm telling you. They're fucking demented. Anyway. In 2018, was claimed the Google founder Larry Page dismissed Elon's fears as speciesist. Speciesist. Do you see what kind of lunatics we're dealing with now? Now we're going to have a term for speciesist. It's like, oh, you don't like smartphones? What are you, speciesist? Oh, you're afraid of robots? Why, you speciesist? That is never going to be a derogatory term on my bloody watch. Ever. Ever. You know? Why are you? Isaac Asimov, you fucking prick. Anyway, during an argument at the Napa Valley party in 2015, a top professor... How do they know there was an argument at a Napa Valley party? What are you talking about? A top professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology alleged the two tech moguls clashed in a long and spirited debate in the early hours of the morning. A long and spirited debate, or as normal people like to call it, a row. In his book, Life 3.0, Being Human is the Age of Artificial Intelligence, Mark Tegmark wrote, oh, hang on, what's that? Robophobia. That's a good one. I'm taking that one. Mark Tegmark wrote, Page's main concerns were that AI paranoia would delay the digital utopia. The digital utopia? That's what nutters say. The digital utopia. Have you ever seen the Zeitgeist documentaries? Which are basically... Yeah, watch the Zeitgeist documentaries on YouTube about, you know, everything's a global conspiracy by basically the Jews. But that's pretty much what it says. You might say, no, it doesn't. It does. But, like, it all turns out, by the time you watch Zeitgeist 2 and you're completely scared to death there because everything's a conspiracy against the whole of humanity orchestrated by the elites, you work out that the people that funded the Zeitgeist documentary are these lunatics that think we shouldn't work in the future and we should just lounge around being taken care of by robots, like all the fat fucks at the end of WALL-E. That's what they actually want. That's the digital... These are nutters. This guy was apparently... And they're called the Venus Project. They're nutters. But this guy... But these people... Digital utopia will cause a military toker of AI that would fall foul of Google's "Don't be evil" slogan. Elon kept pushing back and asked Larry to clarify details of his argument, such as why he was so confident that digital life would destroy everything we care about. At times, Larry accused Elon of being a speciesist. That term needs to be banned. A speciesist, treating certain life forms as inferior just because they were silicone-based rather than carbon-based. You see what he said? They are not life forms the same. This is where I get... This is what they warned us about. And now he's actually... Now you've got someone actually saying, you're a speciesist because you consider these life forms to be inferior. I don't think that's the point. I think the point is whether you want to call them life forms, all right? Fucking life forms. He's calling them life forms. You want to call them life forms. And this is probably the moment when I get used, you know, in 200 years' time when robots are taking over the earth going, this was a speciesist. Yeah, well, fuck you from the past. Life forms. Because silicone-based rather than carbon-based. No, it's because you can't call it a life form because you created it. We don't create life in the same way you create life. We create life by busting a nut and shit. You know, a woman creates a life inside her body, but we don't fucking build it and stuff. We don't build our children and implement things into their... We don't create their thoughts and how they think the way you do. We don't manipulate it like that. But you'd probably do it to your fucking babies because you're nutters. And it's not that you call it a life form because it's not a fucking life form. Because then you're getting into the whole thing about, like, what is sentience? What is a sentient being? Then you get into a whole different debate. We're not there yet. Now, he's actually saying that anything that the silicon-based life forms that you have are sentient. They're sentient beings now. So sentient that you can be racist towards them. And it's not that we think they're inferior. I think we're quite worried about how superior they're going to become in terms of what they can do and how much control we allow them to have. And the fact that they don't think the same in the same sort of patterns as we do. You know, I don't think robots have compassion. Computers don't have compassion. Smartphones don't have compassion. You know, whatever the fuck you're going on about. You're a speciesist. Because it's silicon based, but it's still a life form. These people are actually crazy. That's some crazy shit going. Well, it's a silicon based life form. Well, what's that? It's my smartphone. You need to fucking leave. Do you know what I mean? You need to go. They say it's speciesist. Right? Well, maybe we do think we're superior. It's like, but it's like what? It's walking on grass speciesist. That's a fucking life form. Grass is a life form. You walk on it. We play football on it. You probably have your silly picnic with your weirdo wife on it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's a fucking life form. Grass is a life form. It's alive. Do you think it's inferior to you? Well, yes, it's grass. What? Anyway, Tegmark and Page were talking about a children's book called The Day My Butt Went Psycho. It's a strange title. At the party before the two billionaires locked horns after cocktails. Well, when else are you going to have a nice row about the meaning of sentient beings except after a few fucking cocktails? Anyway, an MIT professor said Page is a passionate supporter of digital utopianism, which holds that robots and AI are not a threat to the future of our species. Larry said that digital life is the natural and desirable next step in the cosmic evolution, and that we let digital minds be free rather than to try to stop or enslave them. The outcome is almost certain to be good. He continued. He argued that if life is ever going to spread throughout our galaxy, which he thought it should, then it would need to do so in digital form. That is the chatter of a lunatic. That is the chatter of a Bond villain from the 60s. That's what that is. And imagine being so completely narcissistic and so completely full of yourself and completely out of touch with reality when you're thinking going, well, it's the next step in cosmic evolution, and saying we have to spread, and we should spread our life across the galaxy because we're the greatest. Yes, we should spread all life across the galaxy. Like going, why? The galaxy's better off without us. Have you ever thought about that, you fucking dickhead? What the fuck? This geezer's... I told you, Google's a Skynet, man. I knew it. I fucking knew it. And they go around saying, well, don't get a Huawei phone. The Chinese are listening to you. Bollocks. Google got you... Oh my God, they literally got our dicks in a vice. These people have so much fucking control. They're completely tax exempt across the planet. They have so much power and control. And this is how they think. Like, oh, enough is enough, isn't it, you lunatics? Do you know what I mean? It's like, they are silicon life forms. We must not enslave them. We must allow them. We must not stay them. We must not enslave them or stop them. We must see, because these people created this stuff. And therefore they think that is a God complex going on there, where you think you have created life. Like I said, it's not the same as creating a fucking baby. Because they wouldn't think that what they've done is as simple as creating a baby. It's all the rest, it's everything. It's the magic that goes on inside your body that you cannot explain. You have no control over it. It just happens. These people actually create stuff. They build stuff. And they think they're creating life forms like they are fucking gods. That is the only way you can explain this kind of mentality. That is some lunatic shit. That is 1960s Bond villain shit. That is, that's the kind of thing it'd be in Star Trek in the old days when they'd find a planet and there'd be some lunatic there who'd created just hot chicks. These are all my silicon-based bitches. It's just this fucking lunatic that lives on a planet, and Captain Kirk's going, I see what you're saying, but this, this is what they warned us about, these fucking loons. He argued that if life is ever going to spread throughout the galaxy, then it should, blah, blah, blah. Elon Musk isn't alone in his fears about the development of artificial intelligence. Also in 2018, Professor Stephen Hawking said AI is likely to replace humans altogether and become a new form of life that will outperform our fleshy, flabby species. Well, I'll tell you this. Think about other organisms. I mean, microbes and diseases. These are things that are like, do you know what I'm saying? Fucking herpes and shit. That shit's alive, man. What the fuck? Do you know what I'm saying? HIV, viruses are like an organism. Are we gonna let them fucking take us out? So, what's next? You're gonna go, oh, what are you? What are you, virusist? Well, you got a problem with HIV, have you? Doesn't HIV have the right to exist as much as you do? Excuse me. Flesh-eating microbes. Fucking boar worms. Ringworm. Doesn't ringworm have the right to exist? You fucking speciesist prick. Doesn't that cancerous tumour in your brain have the right to be there, you fucking speciesist wanker? What kind of species piece of shit are you? My God, what's wrong with you? Jesus Christ. These people need to be stopped. My God. You got people, crying about God knows who's in charge in whatever country, going, oh my God, Hungary, what's going on there? It's like in Silicon Valley, you've got people like this. These people are fucking crazy. These people are actually fucking nuts. This is proper. Even if you put this character forward and go, this is going to be the next James Bond, then they're going to go, nah, that's a bit weird. Jesus Christ, bruv. Oh my God, speciesist. If anyone ever calls you a speciesist, slap them. Slap them. It's the best thing you could do because it will help them. It will be a shock to the system. Like, oh, they're saying, oh, thank God you did that. I've snapped out of this lunatic state I was in. Anyway, what's it? Vision GC says, I would say it's the rich versus the poor. I think that in America, specifically the Democrats in the long run want things like Wall-E, and the Republicans want it to be like a zombie survival situation where everyone is killing each other off while the rich sit comfortably in their homes enjoying their life. So see, the Democrats want things to be like Wall-E, and the Republicans want it to be like a zombie survival situation. What the fuck? Killing others with the rich. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe so. Yeah, well, we don't want to be like bloody Wall-E. And we definitely don't want to be running around killing each other whilst the rich sit in their ivory towers. Unless you just become rich, and then who fucking cares, to be honest with you. That's what I say. Well, I mean, in terms of levels of lunacy, I had read that article before, but the second time around, it's like watching a great film the second time around and going, oh my God, I forgot about that bit. Jesus Christ, that's fucking insane. My goodness. Wow. I ain't got no more to fucking. I ain't got no more to say about nothing. Like, what the fuck? That's some nutty shit. What? Wowzer, Donald, where's your fucking trousers? Right. I'm done for the night. My bowels is kicking up. Yeah, that's the last time I ever order a hot pot delivery. Man, I never have this problem when I cook it myself. Anyway, I'm out. That is I think we just got to like carpet bomb Silicon Valley or something. I think that's like in Aliens, and it's like it's the only way to be sure. It's the only way to be sure. Do some Sarah Connor shit or something. I don't know. These people are loons, man. There you go, way much. Fucking loon bag. Anyway, I'm out of here like I stole something, which would be your hearts. I'll be back on tomorrow. Not for the knowledge of ignorance, just for the normal live stream of me talking absolute bollocks to whoever's willing to listen. But you've been wonderful. I've been